After a painful breakup and the loss of her job, Emily decided it was time to start anew. She packed her bags and headed to a small town in the countryside to start all over again. The town was everything Emily had always imagined, with picturesque streets lined with trees and friendly locals strolling about. Her new home, a quaint little cottage that overlooked a lush garden, was the perfect escape she'd been longing for. But Emily did not expect the person who had greeted her on her first day in town to be someone from her past. As Emily was unpacking, she heard a knock on the door. She opened the door to find a tall, handsome man with sparkling blue eyes and a mischievous smile standing before her. "Hey, I'm Jake, I'm your neighbour," he said, extending his hand. Emily was taken aback. She knew who Jake was. He was her childhood crush from summer camp. Jake and Emily had first met when they were only 10 years old. They had both attended a summer camp near Emily's hometown. Jake had made quite an impression on Emily, with his charming personality and his talent for everything. Emily had always felt a spark between them, but she never thought they would meet again. Jake, on the other hand, had always known there was something special about Emily. He remembered her beautiful face, her luscious brown hair, and her sweet laughter. He had always wanted to see her again, and now fate had brought them together. As they reconnected and shared memories of their childhood summers, Emily felt the feelings she had long buried come rushing back. The more time they spent together, the more she was reminded of the boy she had fallen in love with 14 years earlier. Jake too felt the same. They both knew that the connection they shared was something they couldn't ignore. They were both single, available, and had nothing to lose. But as they grew closer, there seemed to be unexpected barriers standing in their way. Emily was struggling to adjust to her new life, and Jake was always busy with his work as a construction contractor. They barely had time for each other, and yet they felt this magnetic pull that kept drawing them closer. On a rare occasion, Jake invited Emily to a party at his friend's house. Emily was introduced to Jake's friends, and she immediately felt like she didn't fit in. They were all involved in their own relationships, and Emily felt like the outsider. As she was about to leave, Jake pulled her aside and whispered into her ear, "Don't leave, stay a little longer. I haven't had this much fun in a while." Over the next few weeks, Jake made it a point to spend more time with Emily. They would talk for hours over coffee, plan hiking trips together, and watch the sunset from their respective porches. But one day, Emily found out that Jake was planning on leaving town for a lucrative job he had been offered in a city across the country. Emily was devastated, but tried to hide her feelings. They had their own lives, their own dreams, and they never thought there would be a chance for a happily ever after. But as Jake was packing his bags, Emily knew that she couldn't let him go without telling him how she truly felt. "Jake, I know we both have our own lives, but I don't want to let go of what we have. You've always been special to me, and I don't want to lose you now. I want to take a chance on us. I want to be with you." Jake was taken aback by Emily's words, but he too had been thinking the same thing. "Emily, you have no idea how much I've thought about this. I don't want to lose you either." "I'll stay, if you want me to," Jake said, taking Emily's hands in his, and with that, they sealed their feelings with a kiss, knowing that there would be no looking back. They both knew it would be a rocky road ahead with jobs and life taking them in different directions. But they had each other, and that was all that mattered. In the style of Nora Roberts, the story closes with Emily and Jake holding hands and walking in the park, talking about their future together. The sun sets behind them, casting its rays over the horizon. And as they take in the beauty around them, they know that they are lucky to have found each other again. They know that they have a new chapter to write, and they are ready to do it together, one step at a time.